So I'm going to be on the mic this time a little bit more. I'm going to wait for the stream to pull up. And I'm going to try and talk more, a little bit more. The last few videos have been something different. Oh, cool. Try and go over the stuff for it a little bit. So we're talking about we're doing research on Anthony Lavoisier. Nutritionally science related to explain my case and why nutritionists around the world need to remove caloric references from their dialect. I will explain the history and fundamental philosophy behind heat-centric measures and how quantum mechanics and electromagnetism came over 100 years later actually drive the body's actions and not calories. Different openings. Load on my internet to stream, record, and play everything together. There we go. Okay. Turn the music down a little bit. Alright. Ooh, turn that way too far down. No? Okay, we're good. Okay. I like where this is right now. What just happened? Okay, so what I want to do is I gotta, in this kind of paper, I said I'm going to explain electromagnetism, somewhere in here. This, I guess. This. Explaining their early thought on heat in the 1800s. Then we go to adenosine triphosphate, explain actually how muscles move, because we've explained here that it's not calories. Kind of funny how, in the context of old chemistry, that here water creates fire, you know? In the earth, I don't know, what would the earth element then be? Earth would have to be hard matter. across the air. I don't know all of it. I don't know. Trying to make it work. Should have been updated. Right? Okay. Jeez. Alright. Hello, viewer. We are making breakthrough science. more into the history again, because I need to go to Just to double check. Wi-Fi, microwave, yeah. Alright. Part force, which is a general of nature, cause many. No speak or French. Just general law of nature to which all matter appears to be subject. Correct observation, right? Force of attraction between particles and heat, something that all nature has, matter, energy. All particles are thus acted on by two forces, the force of their mutual attraction aided by atmospheric pressure and the expansive force of ingeous fluid. And that's kind of like strong force and weak force, I guess. You know? It's pretty good. 3 states of matter depend on the balance. The solid, liquid, gas depend on this balance. I mean, you can see how all this makes sense. Treating change of state as physical rather than chemical transformation, with fire acting as a mechanical agent to separate the particles. Lavoisier attacked 2 problems, several aspects of which had been discussed 2 years earlier in the joint memoir on heat. The first was to explain the relative specific heats heat capacities of substances. He believes specific heat to be related to the volume of empty space within a substance, that is, to the physical capacity of a substance to contain heat matter, coupled with the resistance to expansion offered by the mutual attraction among the particles of a substance. A liquid should contain more empty space than the corresponding solid. Therefore, it should require more heat than the solid to raise its temperature a given number of degrees. This is the logic. Okay, it has more empty space, so it should take more heat to raise the number of degrees. Since the greater separation of the particles, liquid reduces their mutual attraction and also provides more space into which the heat fluid can move. Hence, the specific heat of a substance in liquid state will be greater than when it is in solid state. God, it's so weird. Because it's just like, it's not how physics works. Now we know this is not how physics works. And so it's like you're trying to make sense of things that aren't answering all the questions. They're just like trying to answer a bunch of questions all at once. It's interesting. May affect the state of a substance by causing a change in the spaces among particles. Trying to imagine how they're thinking about this. A change in these spaces will affect the fluid, the igneous. This mutual relationship enabled him to predict in a general way whether heat will be released or absorbed in a given chemical reaction. Gas which solidifies in a reaction should lose part of its capacity to contain heat, and thus heat fluid should be released. This is precisely what happens during combustion and calcination. So it's saying it's harder to heat. Okay, I'm getting confused because I don't know if it's saying is it harder to heat liquids and gases, or is it easier to heat liquids and gases? And then harder to reheat metal, or metal is more able to hold its heat. Is that what it's trying to say? Like solids are more able to hold heat and liquids are less able to hold heat, they just want to move more? I don't know. It's about holding heat, right? Transformation of air into a liquid or solid was from Lavoisier caused simple of combustion. What if the product of combustion were air form as occurs in the combustion of carbon? Explain that the volume of the product is less than that of vital air. The heat evolved is due to both to this decrease in volume and to the processes since carbon particles occupy space which, in the absence of carbon, would have been filled with heat fluid. In addition, heat should provide a check on experience decisive on decrease in pore space deduced from theory. Doing a lot. Fixed air has less pore space and should have less capacity for heat than vital air, and therefore should have a lower specific heat. And experiments show this was the case. I don't understand. Simply, I don't understand what they're trying to do. Is it about what holds heat? Capacity for heat, like adding heat, the ability to add heat. How do you? mean, this is the original definition of calorie, you know, like this heat fluid stuff. Just trying to get through it. Causally, the matter of heat released. It's also cited on Crawford and Wickles' experimental data that there's more igneous fluid in calces than there in corresponding metals to refute claims of phosphagens that reverse should be the case. It's like when certain metal powders are lit by fire, they bind with oxygen in the air and they become heavier. They're like, how, if fire is releasing things, how does things get heavier? It's because it binds with the oxygen in the air. We know that now, but they thought it bound with its calories. What changes in specific heat cannot account for all heat phenomena. Because specific heat here is like a term, not just like specifically heat. It's a current compound for specific heat. Attempts to calculate its own correspondence to heat transfer to changes. For instance, the chart Crawford's concept of this here is even more firmly convinced in some cases fire is chemically combined as well as free. Specific heat of air is indeed greater than most other substances, although considerably less than Crawford believed. The quantity of free fire indicated by the specific heat is not enough to account for all the heat released. Additional fire must be combined. This is what he meant when explaining how his theory is diametrically opposed to that of Stalin. He said that the helicals must contribute. Here, the combustible body contribute fire less than much each because their specific heat due to portion of combined heat which becomes free, but like experience in the analogy also proves that the specific heat of air and that matter of heat. Wait. And that matter of heat which is combined with it is infinitely more abundant than any combustible body whatsoever except flammable air. It results that it is the air which supplies the very major part of the material of the heat released during combustion. Remember, this isn't science, this is old theory. This is a history study on old science. None of this is common law anymore. I don't know what you would even call it, scientific standard. This is the history of calories. The paper on phlogiston marks Lavoisier's first frontal assault on Stahl's view. Half the paper presents a theory of heat which, unlike the phlogiston theory, can simply, easily, and consistently explain all manner of heat phenomena. This guy writing this story like this is true because this isn't true. Indeed, the presentation of his alternative to phlogiston theory is restricted almost entirely to a discussion of this theory of heat and its application. The particular view advanced in 1785 is just a modification of an earlier theory, a change partially developed in the joint memoir on heat read in 1783, and one which probably originated during the later half of 1781. The theory developed in the paper on phlogiston remained essentially unchanged in Lavoisier's subsequent publications. Traité de Chimie. I'm going to go preheat the